Hello po at isang magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Isang malwalhating Huwebes, August 25, 2022. Ito po ay isang special na araw sa the stock market today dahil ngayon po ay ang ating second year anniversary sa YouTube. Kaya po 2 years ago ay tayo po nag-start at marami pong salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at pagtangkilik. Una sa lahat ay nagpapasalamat ako sa Diyos sa channel na ito at pinag-pray po natin ito, no? Na magkaroon po tayo ng isang YouTube channel na makakatulong sa ating mga investors sa stock market. At i-share ko rin yung aking nalalaman tungkol sa stock market. At pangalawa ay nais kong pasalamatan si Miss JD. Marami po sa inyo ang subscriber ni Miss JD, pero siya po ang tumulong sa akin para ma-launch ko po yung aking YouTube channel. Malaki po yung aking respeto at pasasalamat sa kanya dahil actually hindi naman kami nagkikitang face-to-face at one time lang kami FaceTime or something, yung StreamYard or using Messenger, no? But malaki po ang tinulong niya sa akin in terms of kung anong hardware ang gagamitin, kung anong klaseng microphone, at all those stuff, plus kung paano mag-start dito sa platform na ito. So, maraming po salamat sa iyo, Miss JD, sa inyong tulong na ginawa para sa akin. At siya po ay nasa YouTube. Kung hindi pa kayo subscriber ni Miss JD, mag-subscribe po kayo. Marami po kayo matututunan tungkol sa stock market. Pagka binabalik tanaw ko po yung ating mga videos, by the way, as of yesterday, 501 videos na po ang nagawa natin for the past 2 years. At natatanda ko po, only once lang po ako na hindi nakapag-gawa ng video. Pero araw-araw po yan, basta't merong pasok ay gumagawa po tayo ng video at bukas po ang stock market, gumagawa po tayo ng video. Okay? Pagka binabalik tanaw ko po yung mga videos ko po, ay makikita nyo yung mga first videos ko, ginagawa ko po through, ang una po ay ginawa ko po siya via PowerPoint. PowerPoint ko yata siya ginawa. Yung mga ibang videos ko sa PowerPoint, pero OBS yung ginagamit kong platform, later on. Kaya lang, ang sound pangit, hindi maganda, and hindi maayos, at so I began investing in better equipment, better microphones, and then pinag-aralan ko rin po yung editing para hindi po kayo mainip kasi minsan hindi naman po tayo perfecto, nagkakamali din po tayo, di ba? Kung tingin ko ay mali yung sinabi ko, ine-edit out ko po yun, o masyado mahaba yung lull o yung gap between yung last na sinabi ko to the next na sasabihin ko, ay shorten ko po yun. Anyway, maraming po salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at umabot ko tayo sa second year anniversary ng ating YouTube channel. Okay, so ngayon po, ang ating ibabalita sa inyo at isa-share sa inyo ay tungkol sa mining. New mining regime approved. Ako po si Benji Chidoro at araw-araw ko po binabalita ang pinaka-latest news tungkol sa inyong paborito at pinaka-aktibong stocks sa Philippine market. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking pa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Ang mga sinasabi ko po dito ay hindi financial advice. Get well soon. To my cousin Marie, we're praying for your recovery, and Tito Sam, we're also praying for you. Huwag kayong alis dahil babahagi ko sa inyo ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, August 25, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Okay, first, let me share with you yung financial headlines. At ito po galing sa PhilStar. Yung ating top stories kasi, new mining regime approved. Ito po yung ating main story. And then, on the corporate side naman, ay ito po yung ating headlines. ABS-CBN TV5 pause partnership to face concerns. Ito po yung sa regulation, yung political risk at yung regulatory risk between the two media giants, ABS and TV5, tungkol sa kanilang partnership. Index Corp says connector projects Espana section now 80% complete. Index Corp, ito siguro yung bumabaybay sa release ng trend. Ito yung parallel to the Skyway, pero another route ang tinetake nila. Ito yung PNR Railways. Yan po yung binabaybay na going to the north, in Metro Manila. PSE moves to boost IPO listings. PLDT expanding capacity in 3 data centers to address increasing demand. Then Del Monte joint venture invest 2 million in dairy partnership. Okay, but our main news ay nandito po sa business world on mining. At mamaya titingnan po natin, tumingin po tayo ng isang mining stock. New mining fiscal regime approved. The House Ways and Means Committee on Wednesday approved the new fiscal regime for the mining sector as well as the fourth package of the Comprehensive Tax Reform Program that includes the removal of the excise tax exemption on pickup trucks. Albay Representative Jose Maria Clemente S. Salceda, or si Joey Salceda sigurito, who chairs the committee, said the measure will generate an additional 37.5 billion in revenues for the government in the first full year of its implementation. In a statement, he said the committee adopted the Department of Finance proposed version, which would bring the country's effective tax rate on mining, considering all taxes, up to 51%, up from 38% under the current system. That brings us closer to the middle of the pack among major mining countries instead of near the bottom of the list. The 51% is a good number because it brings us closer to Australia's effective tax rate at around 51% as well, counting royalties. The proposal brings us closer to Australia and Indonesia, which are our regional comparatives, Mr. Salceda said. Under the approved section, a royalty tax of 5% will be slapped on the market value of gross output of all large-scale mining operations. A maximum government share of 60% of net mining revenues, including all government taxes, fees, and charges, will be imposed on mining operations, Mr. Salceda said. A 10% export tax will also be levied on the market value of mineral oil exports, Mr. Salcedo said, a move aimed at encouraging domestic processing of mineral products. The bill also seeks to improve transparency through a government system for the public disclosure and scrutiny of all mining tax and revenue data and the extractive's value claim. It will also offset the reputational issues caused by our withdrawal from the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, a global standard for the good governance of oil, gas, and mineral resources, which the country was voluntary party until its withdrawal in June this year, Mr. Salceda said. At the same hearing, Mr. Salceda said Finance Secretary Ben Jokno proposed several changes to the Package 4 of the CTRP, formerly known as the Passive Income and Financial Intermediary Taxation. The approved version will incorporate DOF's proposal. In his August 22 letter to Mr. Salceda, Mr. Jokno said the DOF proposed bill will generate an estimated incremental revenue of 18 billion pesos in 2023 and 7.9 billion in 2024 before tapering off in the succeeding years. With the reforms introduced under Package 4, the expected developments in financial and capital markets, the bill can generate reliable revenue streams for the government in the long term, Mr. Jokno said. Package 4 of the CTRP, the DOF proposed to cut the number of tax rates on passive income and financial intermediary to 52 from 74 currently, and make tax rates more competitive with the country's Southeast Asian neighbors. It also seeks to impose a uniform rate of 15% on interest income, royalties, dividends, and capital gains on the sale of shares of stock not traded in the local bourse. Oh, so 15% na on dividends, capital gains. So magiging isa na lang, unlike the rate today, no? Hindi ako sure kung anong rate ngayon. Pero 20% yung sa sa bonds, and 10% sa tradable dividend income. No? Interest income derived by FCDUs were exempted from income tax in the year 1974 to encourage foreign currency deposits in order to build up the Philippines' foreign currency reserves. Nueva Ecija Representative Micaela Angela B. Swansing, who chaired the technical working group, said during the hearing, now that we are operating on a different economic environment, the DOF asserts that there is no longer a need to incentivize FCDUs. From the proposal, the DOF expects the government to gain up to 10 billion worth of revenues in the first year and 66.6 billion in revenues from 2023 to 2028. Okay, so yan po yung proposed bill, no? At merong changes sa taxes, sa ating dividend and royalties. Pero proposal pa lang po ito. Okay, so tingnan po natin ang inyong, kung meron po tayong, check lang natin kung meron. Raquel Robrigado, salamat po ulit. Sir, hanapin ko ang link. Okay, meron po akong link dyan and I think I can point it out to you, no? It's number 4 and 5 dun sa link sa baba. Top 10 dividend paying stocks in 2020 and 2021, number 5 po yun. So 4 and 5 po sa link. And then, marami pong risk ang mga insider na bumibili ng millions tapos biglang sell. Nag-crypto din po ako last year, sir. Naipit sa XRP. Sige po. So, maraming po salamat sa inyong mga comments. Okay, so let's now go to what happened to the index today. Okay, so yung PSI natin ay tumaas for the second straight day, no? 62.98 points. Kahapon po ay 25 points, ngayon ay 62, almost 63. So, 2 successive green candlesticks po siya at masasabi po natin na itong area ito ay consolidation area, no? Ito po. Yan. So, from an area here na nag-breakout po ang PSE index, ito po ay nag-form ng support level at ito po yung current support niya. Nasa 66.75 po ang current support niya at yung next resistance, ito po ang resistance niya, nasa 68.40. 68.39 to 68.40 po yung next resistance level. Yung ating market activity, 100 ang umabante, 86 na kumpanya ang bumaba, 34 ang hindi nagbago. Ang all-share index ay umakyat ng 0.68%. Ang ating financials, holding companies, industrials, properties at services ay tumaas, ngunit ang mining ay bumaba ng 0.4%. So tingnan po natin ang ating re-reviewin ngayon at pumili po tayo ng nag-positive na malaki yung volume at dalawa po ang aking nakita, si BALAI, si PHP or CHP at isa pa ay si Fruit, no? So re-reviewin po natin yung tatlong yan. Tapos si TEL, si SM at si CPG. Tignan natin si CPG dahil meron ding yan, no, 65.665 million ang volume po niya. So, tignan po natin si BALAI, CHP, TEL, SM, CPG at Fruit. So, kay BALAI po muna tayo. BALAI is, yan, naku, breakout. Nag-breakout po si BALAI, ha. At ito po yung nakikita kong support ni BALAI. Nandito po sa area to. Dating resistance na ngayon ay support, although just a few candlesticks lang po ito, no? At kung titignan po natin kung merong news ito, meron po siyang press release. Tingnan natin kung ano sinasabi ng press release. Nag-establish siya ng BALAI Pandesal Store in Cebu. And material transaction, I think it's the same thing, you know. Yung earnings po ni BALAI ay, uy, maganda ha, 447% or 448% siguro from the previous quarter ito. Net income is 9.07 and total revenue is 84.47, representing 447% increase from the previous quarter, no? So, ngayon lang siya nagkaroon ng breakout na ganito. Okay. So, yan po si BALAI. Then, si CHP, Century Holdings Philippines, ay breakout din po. Si Century Holdings Philippines. Ang dati pong resistance na naging support ay nandito po sa, tingnan po natin, 74 centavos po, no? Ngayon ay nasa 81 na po. At ang next support po ni BALAI, actually, there's a support here na aking nakikita. Yan, 0.86 or 86 centavos ang next support level po ni BALAI. At siya po ay bullish dahil po nalagpasan na po niya yung 100-day exponential moving average na 76 centavos. So, nasa 81 centavos na po siya. Yan po yung long-term indicator natin, 76 centavos. At yung RSI po ay bullish na sa 66. Paakyat po sa CHP. Cemex Holdings rather. Cemex Holdings ito, no? Cemex Holdings Philippines. Okay, and then let's do TEL. Si TEL ay bearish si TEL. And natapos na siguro yung X-date niya. Tapos na. And nasa support level po ito Support is here, nasa 1673. Yan po yung pinaka-support level ni TEL. 1673 to 1680. Yan po yung pinaka-support level po niya. At right now, yung tatlong indicators po natin nasa taas, indicating na merong bearish trend po itong si TEL. At yung pinaka-next resistance level ay pwede po siya nandito. Yan, nasa 1848 ang next resistance level po ni TEL na ating pwedeng i-consider, no? At bearish po siya at magandang bumili. Yung ating fundamentals for TEL, I think meron siyang buy rating May buy rating po ito. PLDT, nasa 2190 po ang kanyang presyo, 1750. Siguro nasa 26 or 27% upside po si TEL based ngayon sa presyo niya. 27 to 30% upside. Okay? And then, tingnan naman natin si SM. SM ay, nagko-consolidate lang po siya dito, no? Pero bullish po si SM. At RSI, nasa 63. Ibig sabihin po, bullish po yan. Bullish po yung stock. Dahil yung kanyang pinaka-support level, nandito po. Nandyan po sa 850 to 851. Samantalang, ang next resistance level ay nasa 873 to 880. Actually, resistance level na po ito, no? Yan, 880 po ang resistance level ni SM at paakyat po yung stock. Nasa 63 ang RSI, meaning bullish po ito. Tingnan natin yung material information ni SM. Acquisition of shares of AIC, group of companies. Please be informed that the Board of Directors of SM, in a meeting held today, August 24, approved the exercise of its option to acquire such number of common shares of AIC Holding Corp or Airspeed that will increase SMIC's shareholdings in Airspeed from 35% to 51%. So siya na yung majority stockholder of the outstanding voting capital stock of Airspeed subsidiary, a subsidiary of SMIC. The logistical arm ni SMIC. Consideration for the acquisition is less than 10% total book value of SMIC. Yan, ano? Yan po si SM, kaya po siya tumataas ngayon at yung income po niya ay, well, fairly good, ano? 31 or almost 32% up from the previous quarter. Okay, and then si CPG. Ito yung Century Properties kasi yung isa CHP ay Cemex Holdings pala yun. Okay, so nagkaroon siya ng increase na 2.67% from the previous day na closing price of 37.50, nag-increase siya ng 1 centavo. So that represents 2.67%. Pero malaki po yung volume niya. Meron siyang cash dividends. 13 days ago, tingnan natin to. Magkano ang cash dividend declaration? Preferred shares to. Ex-date September 30. Tingnan natin yung press release ni Cemex. Century Properties reported its consolidated revenues over the first half. 5.3 billion, up 20%. Okay, so kumita po siya. Yan, 18.4%. Siguro quarter on quarter to. Yan. Yan po si CPG. At sideways to bearish po ang dating sa akin dito. Although ito ay doji, ay napakalaki po ng volume na pumasok ngayon. Ano? Pero ang kanyang resistance, 36. Nasa 37 po ang resistance niya. At yung support ay nakikita ko po sa area to. I'm sorry, the support is at 37 centavos and the resistance, minsan na may mix up ko po yung support and resistance. Nasa 39.50 to 40 centavos po ang pinaka-resistance niya at nasa 37 po ang pinaka-support ni CPG. Bearish to sideways po ang dating, pero take note po yung volume niya ngayon, maaring magkaroon po yan ng upward movement in the coming days, so abangan niyo po yan. Finally, we have fruit. Si fruit, oh, look at fruit. Ito yung consolidation phase po niya dahil ito po ay breakout. Breakout po siya dito noong August 17. At noong August 16, nagkaroon po siya ng dalawang continuation. So August 16, I think it's because of the earnings. Frutas reports best quarter since listing, delivers 168 million for shareholder value in second quarter 2022. Net income of 23 million, 3.3 times the second quarter net income. So kaya ganon, ano? Ganon yung kanyang stock. This is actually fundamentals, no? And magbubukas din siya sa Cebu. So, ito po yung breakout niya at yung previous resistance po niya na ngayon ay support. Pinakamalapit po nandito sa 1 peso 11 centavos. And ang pinaka resistance ay nandito po. Wild and swings ni Fruitel, 117 po ang pinaka-resistance niya. You may say na nasa between resistance and support po itong si Fruit sa ngayon. At bullish po ang dating dahil nasa ilalim po ang ating mga indicators plus yung RSI po ay nasa 64 which is a bullish number. Okay po. So yan po ang ating report sa stock market ika-25 ng Agosto 2022. Ito po si Benji Chidoro nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay at maraming pong salamat sa inyong suporta in the past 2 years at 2 years na po tayo ngayon. So maraming pong salamat. Stay safe. God bless. Bye for now.